is here calling you guys to return to the church, right? We are here on a division, and our goal is to unite our people scattered throughout the world. Rome, glory of Rome, this ever adapting empire. So, your Roman Catholic, Universal, and this Church of Jesus, we have to really not be weak. Instead, um, the biggest, the core of the Roman Catholic Church is the universal language and our conversion methods. And it's very simple: trauma, blank slate, indoctrinate, and convert. Any, you know, our unity, you gotta look out to the veterans in Los Angeles and really seek out these creatures. Very productive. Any veteran, any Chinese as well. These are the 1% of the world. So we need to kind of nurture them and let them grow. So as you listen to my voice, you see, you guys are my dragons. You guys are my Romans, my slayers. You guys are not my followers. You guys are my champions. So, the way of the warrior, champion eyes. Spread your wings as you gracefully fly. Fear dies, choked at by the screams. You are not weak, you are strong. So, this is the calling of the Holy Ghost, right? We're here. I'm building you guys the blueprint, and it first starts with approaching women. You gotta be the approach king, the AK-47 of dating. I'm Anthony Perlas, your host, right? And I'm gonna give you Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do of dating, where you know the social dynamics of how to approach women. The world has targeted you, and you've lived here for 15,000 years, and this year, this generation, your weeds are gonna be extinct, weeded out, unless you create kids, right? So you need to find a wife, you need to find a girl that you can have sex with and impregnate and replicate yourself, right? So, as a man, you no longer need replication value. There's no longer any need to protect yourself. You need security, you need money, hire guns to protect you. Your focus right now is survival value. This is the economics game, right? And in the dynamic, you need to survive and make as much money as possible. Anime ZH, thank you so much. Appreciate you too. So, as you survive, you're gonna get disciples under you. So I'm looking for 12 disciples, 12 men trying to train into the art of pick up artists, right? PUA, right? So I forgot there's a PU something. I had another situation. Hail Jesus. Yes, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. I'm going to teach you guys how to be a Christian pickup artist, a Catholic. So I'm going to teach you guys how to wife it up. Like, you're going to meet a girl and you're going to convert her to Catholic. And yeah, so you're going to indoctrinate her in Catholic values, 10 Commandments. And if she cheats, you use her morals against her. So she will be forever loyal. And she will be Catholic, because outside the Roman Catholic Church, there is no salvation. And that's what we're preaching. We're preaching monogamy. We're preaching courtship. Before you ask a girl out, you just ask her dad for permission to date the daughter and get that approval. And if you had a daughter and a man was dating your daughter, just tell the man, hey man, whatever you do to my daughter, I'm going to do to you. So make sure you make her feel comfortable. Because if you do anything to her, you're also consenting that I do the same things to you. So whatever you don't want a man, a dad, an old man to kind of do to you, that's something you shouldn't do to your girlfriend, right? So in today's society, monogamy is rewarded in that sense. But until you find the one, keep approaching. It is fair game until you're married, right? And so how do you deal with a, if you've heard Justin Bieber's song "Love Yourself," right? How do you deal with like a narcissistic girlfriend? How do you deal with this, you know, girl, right? You're trying to build your rotation, she's trying to close your rotation down. How do I deal? So first, create an agreement with your girlfriend, right? And I already gave you guys in these seminars. We're going inside out. So I give tips to males, tips to females of how to balance, a divine masculine and divine feminine of what makes relationships truly happy. I am the #1 dating coach in the world, and this specifically targets Chinese men in Los Angeles, but it expands beyond that because our theory, like I said, is survival and replication, right? Survival values is what women look for. No longer do you need a six-pack. No longer do you need to dress well. You just gotta be neatly groomed, and you just gotta be confident as fuck about yourself. And like I said, speak in a rhythmic pattern. Speak from your diaphragm. And once you hypnotize her, your goal is to get her on your team, right? So this is what you're going to do. All you're going to do is get her to fall in love with you, right? Whatever that takes is, that is your main objective. Nothing else matters. You're not trying to have sex with her. You will get all that. In fact, in our dating methodology, if she doesn't have sex with you in 4 to 10 hours, you're going to dump that girl, period. So you need to not like force sex, like obviously like consent is everything. Are you okay? Always do touch points of like, when making moves with a girl. And like I said, this indoctrination is just entertainment purposes. Your miles may vary, and always obey United States law. So like, yeah, don't tell them Bruce Lee told you to. Like, it's not gonna fucking get, you're gonna think logically. I mean, when you're with a girl, think with your cock, obviously, but like, yeah, just think logically. Like, is this gonna send me to prison? Is she gonna make a report about me? Like, if you feel that, like, don't go with it. Like, don't go through it. Just fucking be a man. Think with your cock, but just, that's why you need to build social calibration. You gotta read cues, right? So, yeah, put yourself in semen retention, no masturbation, no pornography. Don't even look at sexy girls, right? Look at the ugliest guys you can. You cannot be stimulated by women. So with a woman, you're gonna select a target. A 9, a 10, a blonde teenager above 18, and she has blue eyes or green eyes. That's all you're going for. All the other girls are useless, right? Now, the reason you're going high, you're high targeting because your time is limited in this planet Earth. Meaning, I'm teaching you how to game. Like, if you wanted a average relationship, go fucking swipe and Hinge. Go fucking do what beta males do. Because you know what? Any girl you date in Los Angeles, they are ran by a pimp. And if you're not a pimp, you're a simp. So like, just fucking listen to my voice and, do as accordingly as I say. And go for the 9s, go for the 10, 5'8" and above, size 0, skinny, young. That's who you want on your team. This is the lineup you're building. Girl said you're getting them to fall in love with you. That's your main objective, numero uno. And if she does not fall in love with you, that is the biggest telltale of her emotions in reflection to her physical contact with you. So, hold her hand, touch her eyes, kiss her lips, embrace her, protect her. That's all you need to do. And once her external physical compliance sets true, that reflects how she physically, inwardly feels about you. Girls cannot lie about their emotions. Look at her facial reactions. Look at how she handles that, right? And then you could forever be hers, right? So in the dating scheme of things, you just need to build social calibration. You will never build social calibration if you're not out hunting in the field. You got to do field work. You got to go out 4 days a week, 2 to 3 hours each night, gather 3 phone numbers an hour, spend 20 minutes each girl getting their phone number, a beginning, a middle, and end, right? So first you select a target, right? That's your number one, right? You're gonna count 3 seconds, 1, a 2, a 3, like you're taking an ice bath. This overrides your reactive mind so that you're not scared to approach the girl. If you're not afraid to approach a 9 or a 10 that's a blonde, you can approach any billionaire in the world. You can get any job raise, any promotion you need. So this skill set, life is a game of pickup. You can pick up your job, you can pick up your girl, you can pick up your weights, dude. More plates, more dates, and that's a lie too. You don't need the body, you don't need the money, you don't need the car, you don't need the mansion. All you need is your personality, your confidence, and you have to master the art of social dynamics. And observe the gay guy in Los Angeles, right? They get so many women, they're really good. They're broke, but they have crowd control, macro manipulation, right? So we are on this age of, like a sub age. It's a very sad, it's a very weak age, and people glorify what's weak. People glorify my feelings got hurt. People glorify ethics and no production. So you use whatever the enemy is using, the tools of these libtards, against them. So if they value compassion and kindness, fake it, duplicate it. You're there to infiltrate, right? If you're gonna get the girl's number and say you're gay, do it. If you're gonna make her comfortable, say you have a girlfriend, say you have a wife, whatever it takes, right? Because remember, the girl does not know what she wants. She changes her mind every 2 seconds. It's up to you to indoctrinate her with the Roman Catholic beliefs. Because if she is loose, if she is unstable, and all girls are unstable, if she's not indoctrinated in the Roman Catholic faith, she's going to be a random, right? So she does not know what to do. She has 10, 20 different beliefs. She is not stable. If you let her go according to her own designs, she will be a failure. She will sleep with many guys. She will be deceived and used by many other guys, right? There's no better coach than a male than you, because you are a dragon. You are the slayer. You are a beast. Yeah, I don't call you as slaves. I don't call you as followers. I call you as champions. And to expand the Roman Empire, you will listen to my voice. I am the way, the truth, and the light. You will listen to my voice. Every last drip of my voice. So, it all starts with you guys, my Christians, my Templars. We've failed the invasion of, we were going to attack. So now, this is the new crusade. I'm hiring you guys as CIA agents, as MK Ultras, infiltrating, penetrating these Hollywood networks, using their own tools against them, right? And these girls, you gotta deprogram them from the Hollywood and reprogram them into the Roman Catholic Church. So, conversion, like I said, a blank mind induced by trauma. Step 1, traumatize. Step 2, indoctrinate. Step 3, rewrite. You're going to rewrite their code, right? You can also yell, and another way to rewrite is, be nice to the women, be cold, and I'm going to give you guys tones to copy. So, oh, I'm so sorry that you're late. Oh, are you really good? So you want to get them into this loving tone, the heart-to-heart tone, right? You're so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you're late and that you had an emergency. So just kind of like whatever they said. I'm sorry I'm late because I had to blah. They're gonna make an excuse. Excuse is this, right? And I had like, for example, God is 28. It's like, oh, I'm so busy moving, but then she parties with her friend. So basically, she ditches you in order to date another guy, right? And that's not acceptable. So you let her kind of admit, you listen to it. Oh, it's cool that you're moving, and all that. And then you don't attack until she feels guilty, right? So then you make her feel guilty. You know, I was really alone that night, and XYZ. So then once you attack, and then the girl has different kind of like, think of it as like personalities, different feelings, right? So there's no such thing. So like people call it, let's say, like multiple personalities, for example. No one really has one personality. These are called some, in modern psychology, they label it as dissociative disorder, right? So like reality is like, oh, your dog might have died, your husband or wife might have died, and you cope with reality by disassociating from the event and creating stories in your head. So whenever you tap into these tool sets, so today I could drive a Ferrari and I could switch cars to a Lamborghini, or I could go back to a Prius or to a Tesla. So whenever I change my cars, that's when you change the personality. So the woman might feel righteous that, hey, I was legitimately late, or I skipped because, like, she uses an excuse, I had a family emergency, right? But really, she was meeting another guy. Really, she was partying with her female friends, right? So that's when you kind of, she knows that. So you can't hide, there's always trails. But the moment she becomes self-aware that what she did was wrong, that's when you actually start raising your voice. So to raise your voice, practice by yourself. You raise it really high. So this is going to kill that personality, this cheating personality. So your goal is to murder that personality within her, the cheater within her, the liar within her, right? Once she spots, and remember, her mind is protecting herself, right? There's different spirits living within. There's different mind. She has her I, her awareness is I, her consciousness, right? That's the I, I am the greatest. I am Anthony, right? I, base, that's my base. I am, right? Anthony is just a layer that I'm wearing. It is a personality. So I could be an actor and name myself Tom Cruise, right? So I am Tom Cruise. I am Anthony. I am, right? So I is the observer. And once you spot the liar within her, like once she starts kind of feeling a little bit guilty, then you raise your voice. Like be like, I was fucking putting up with you all this shit, and you're telling me that you fucking went out with your fucking friends. So then you control it in that sense, right? Raise that voice. And then this actually crushed that personality, right? So you save this anger you have, you're spotting her from all her lies, and then you attack that, right? So this is how you kind of reprogram your girl. You break her down, and your goal is to kind of break down that personality, that cheating personality, lying, and then you're going to reprogram it, and then you build her back up. You say, but I really like, thank you so much for taking the time. I really love you, and I'm here to console you and comfort you, right? And always lead her back to Jesus. So then say, the Roman Catholic Church, lying is a sin, it is the deadliest sins, right? Once you reprogram her, always lead her back to Jesus. Jesus forgives. And so that's kind of like your reprogramming process. You just reprogram her and convert, right? Any form of, the biggest lie is like, oh, if you're the world is so corrupt that, the average female goes out, the hookup culture, but that's not normal. it's not normal not having Jesus. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. It is, you know, yeah, promiscuity is a sin. Having sex outside of marriage is a sin, right? So that's when you kind of bring them back to the law. Always bring them back to the Ten Commandments. You should not, cannot have sex unless you're married. There's no commitment involved, right, between the two parties, right? So if she's going out, she is seeking arrangement up, she is hooking up with other guys, and just use that. Hey man, just so you know, if you hook up with this guy, you're gonna go to hell. I know you value your soul. I mean, obviously, if she doesn't value her soul, then obviously she doesn't follow the same rules, right? You gotta find her consciousness, find her values, find like what she believes in, and use it against her. And you're only accounted for what you believe, and the oath that you swear to. So this is seminar 8B. Thank you so much for listening, and we're gonna do more seminars.